one of your favorite stocks, NVIDIA, at all? I mean, what if we can call you know what on DeepSeek, the cost, right, of what they allegedly did, what they are purported to have done? It's almost irrelevant. What if that's just a moment that suggests it's going to become demonstrably cheaper to build these models? And that's going to have a transformative impact on the kinds of companies that have benefited to this point. They're just not going to make as much money as they once thought they could.
Right. So I think there's a couple of things that even OpenAI, if they were to make their O3 model, I don't know how much their O3 model cost or their O1 model, it's not 2 orders of magnitude more expensive to make than the DeepSeek model. It may have been, a few multiples higher, not orders of magnitude higher. That's the first thing. Secondly, the total cost of the training of DeepSeek and, all of that infrastructure, and also the fact that they were kind of trained on other models, other LLMs.
Right, it's open source.
Right, so because it was open sourced, means that you still need that base infrastructure. Now, I would remind you that CapEx numbers actually didn't come down at all. Google, Meta, maybe not Meta, but Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, they knew of all of these techniques and are using those techniques themselves.
Yeah, but if the numbers, if the spend continues to go up, and we are, from what we've already learned from some of these companies that have reported, and maybe we're reminded of it again tonight, that revenue growth for a lot of these businesses is slowing. Now, it's still unbelievably rich, but it's still slowing a bit. So if revenue growth is slowing, but the spend is increasing, where's the mismatch?
Yeah, so early days in the cloud transition, I think back to, 2013 was that? I would argue that all of these guys, Microsoft, Amazon, were spending a lot in the cloud. However, they didn't really have revenue to show for it. 10 years later, it was a very good investment to spend in the cloud. And so you almost have to spend forward to make the base level models, the large language models that basically will have all of this AI infrastructure or AI apps on top. You need to actually build that scaffold. And to build that scaffold, you do need billions of dollars of compute. One more thing is, like, one thing that has become very clear after DeepSeek is that you look at the consumption of DeepSeek, for example, as people are starting to go and use DeepSeek, it's incredible. You got a massive peak in the number of downloads for DeepSeek, how many people were using DeepSeek at your own peril. But so it tells you that as things become more accessible, it will be used in a more aggressive fashion.
I mean, the other thing we're sort of reassessing are data center businesses, power around those. You came with a stock pick for us today that is a data center play, what you call under the radar. Nebius? Is that it? Yes. Tell me more.
Nebius, a really interesting under the radar. I call it under the radar because it actually has almost no coverage on the street. It was, it used to be the management of the former Yandex, which was the Google of Russia. They've basically corralled them. They've started a new company called Nebius, and Nebius is an AI data center play. In November of last year, the NASDAQ called them and said, we're basically listing you in 3 days. So they actually never got the chance to do an IPO roadshow, and are now kind of meeting with investors. What I love about this is that it's effectively a public CoreWeave. There is no other way to play kind of an enterprise-type data center. They have a global footprint, expanding rapidly in the U.S. with some of the best engineers in the world.
Top of your head, you know what the market cap is?
About $8 billion.
To put you on the spot. $8 billion. All right. Well, good stuff. Good to catch up with you as always. Ankur, thank you. Ankur Crawford of Alger.